I don't know if you are a music lover or a Metropolitan lover, but either way, I hope that you are going to enjoy this short presentation. Let me share with you the, the presentation. Well, the ones which are Metropolitan lovers know very well that we have discussed many times before that Metropolis have a structure in itself. The geographic, topographic setting of the Metropolis produces the location of the different functions of the Metropolis. And here you have five schemes of five metropolis: Singapore, Madrid, Istanbul, Cairo, and Buenos Aires. And if you go into further detail, not only the scheme, but the diagram, here you have 9 of them and so on. So you see they have the location, they have a structure. And that structure can provide a music sheet. So each metropolis produces its own music structure represented by the location of the functions within. And we are going to see one of them, no? Which is Mega York. Mega York is the big megapolis that goes from Washington to Boston. And it is on the coastal plain of the east of America. In itself, Mega York will be the third country, if it was a country in itself, it will be the third country in economic terms in the world after the USA and China. And it's an extremely powerful megapolis. And as you see, this is the megapolis that goes from Washington to Boston. And you have 5 lines of gradient from the coast. The main one is the bottom of the gulfs that produce the ports, the important ports that constitute that megapolis. Washington is a new town produced after the independence, but Baltimore, Wilmington, Philadelphia, New York, etc., Boston. No? So you see that is the main line of the location of the big metropolises within the megapolis. The peninsulas, the capes, have in itself as well some centrals, urban centers that provide the services to the other small centers within the Cape. No, you have the Appalachian Mountains, and you have the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains that as well house some units, urban units that provide that intersection between the mountains and the coastal plain. No, within the first valley of the mountains, which is accessible yet, you have as well a few centers which are important for penetration into the Appalachian system. And then in the middle of the coastal plain, you have centers that provide these services to those smaller urban centers on the coastal plain. So you see, you have 5 lines of gradient, the centers of the peninsulas, of the capes, the ports, the bottom of the gulfs, the center of the coastal plain, the foothills, and then the first line of valleys. So you have 5 there. But then you have as well a periodicity, a period between the location of this metropolis, and this period is 35 miles, 50 kilometers. And you see that Washington from Baltimore is 50 kilometers. From Baltimore to the Havre de Grace, that has not developed as a metropolis, is 50 kilometers. Then to Wilmington, to Philadelphia, to Trenton, to Edison, to New York, Stamford, and so on, is 50 kilometers each. So when my daughter, which is this is the other one was the diagram. This is the map that you can see. When my daughter saw that, she immediately said, well, this is a music sheet. This metropolis, megapolis, has the 5 lines of a music sheet and the notes periodically put into that line. So she immediately saw this identity, and she played straight away in the piano. She's a composer that has a cum laude from Berklee School of Music, and she composed for scenario scenario composing for films. And she immediately took the piano and she played the music of New York. So I'll let you stay with that music. Hope you enjoyed it. And this has been a very short presentation, and let me know if you really enjoyed it. So you see, each metropolis has a structure, each metropolis has a sound, has a music, and we can play Paris, London, Madrid, Delhi, whichever is your metropolis. You have a specific suite for you. Thank you very